All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to CAGcast episode number 781. I'm your host, GBD, here in Long Island, New York. And as always, we're joined by a man who's back in a big way for 2024, Wombat.
Hey, you want to hear a story that I think will make your day? I think it'll make you smile, legitimately make you smile.
Sure.
So I'm walking in a random parking lot, and I hear someone yelling my name. And the car pulls up slowly and rolls down the window, and it was one of my Orange Theory coaches. Saw me and wanted to say hello. Was so excited to see me.
Oh, that's not a great story.
I thought you would appreciate that my coaches at Orange Theory like me enough to go out of their way to stop and say hi to me outside of class.
Nah, they're just buttering you up for the Christmas tip.
This was after Christmas.
I know, for next year. This year.
Next year. Gotcha. Fair enough.
Got to start early.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought
Really?
it was a wombat spotting or something like that.
No, I thought you would appreciate that I'm so popular in my Orange Theory class that I go so often.
Yes.
That the coaches are always happy to see me. All of them, all the coaches know me by name.
Slow Wombat.
They know me by no one calls me Wombat there. Oh. Although I want to have them change it, like when it's on the screen.
To say Wombat?
To say Wombat.
I don't think they do nicknames there, do they?
They do nicknames. Some people have nicknames. I don't know how you get one. I've also never really asked. I have a feeling it's just ask.
Annoy the fuck out of the people who work there until they give you a nickname.
They like me. They even know what number I usually like.
How would you broach that conversation?
What?
Well, that's just it. It's nickname? Like, hey, can I change my name? I guess. What do you want it to say? Can it say Wombat? And they'll go, why? And then I have to explain it, and it would be a whole thing. So
fuck wombats.
Yeah.
My spare time. I'm trying to get fit so I can really manhandle these wombats. They're starting to get the better of me.
It's like, I don't know if you know this, but a wombat's ass can crush 10 tons, so I got to be ready.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's good. I've gone to 450 classes and none of the coaches. I don't think I've ever had a spotting outside of class.
See? So there.
But I don't know.
I'm very popular.
Good for you.
Mm-hmm. They like me.
I made the mistake of talking to somebody right after the class ended today, just like to make some like stupid joke or something. And it was fine. It wasn't like terribly embarrassing. But then when I got back in my car, I looked in my rear view mirror and
there was a hook.
No, it's a huge booger. Worse, a hook. What do you mean a hook?
It's an old ghost story.
Oh, someone waiting in the backseat. No, it was worse. It was just a giant booger hanging out of my nose. I was like, oh.
I like ships ending better.
Sure. I would have enjoyed that better probably in real life.
Yes.
Especially when you're tall, everyone's got a direct sight right up your nose line, right up your nose holes. Anyway, how is Orange Theory going, Wombat? Your face is looking pretty thin, I think.
I mean, I need to shave, but I'll say thank you.
Yeah.
It's going well. I went on Monday. I was thinking of going tomorrow. I know tomorrow's like a crazy class. I'll probably wind up going on Friday, though, anyway, instead. But I'm back to my 2 classes a week regular schedule. I've been on that for a while now.
Good.
So, because I got sick and then that kind of screwed me up. But now we're back to normal and everything's good.
Have you seen that video on social media of somebody getting on? Sometimes people like jump off the treadmill onto the rails and to keep it going for some reason. I just don't understand the point of it. Some people do that. And I guess somebody did that and then just like jumped off the treadmill and left it running. So some guy went on to use the treadmill when it was his turn and didn't know that it was running. So he just steps on it and he goes flying back in where the rowers are all lined up and just goes like flying into the rowers.
That sucks.
Right.
They actually say that in mine. They say turn off your treads and don't jump the rails.
I don't understand why people do that.
Because they suck.
Because they want to like get the extra like 0.05 mile in because while they blow their nose or something.
Yeah, there are better ways to game the system at Orange Theory where you're still like getting a workout.
Steroids.
No, I mean like when you're on the treads, do you know your bare minimum that you could set the treadmill to still stay within the orange zone?
Yeah, I mean pretty much.
Yeah, Yeah.
I'm
Like
I'm
that's kind
slow,
of
so I don't
gaming the
want to say.
system. Like I know that's fine. You don't have to say it, but like I'm aware where my bare minimum is, and to be honest, my bare minimum has gone up, which
That's the
says a
idea.
lot. Yeah, but that's also it too. But it's like I'll know when they say when they say walk it out. I don't walk it out. I'll just go down to what I know the bare minimum is to keep me in orange because I want to get more points, and I feel like that's kind of gaming the system.
Well,
But I'm
that's
also
gaming the system in the way it's meant to be. Like it's gamified. The system is gamified because you're getting points. That's why it's fun for gamers. What happened?
yes. You're there?
Yeah, what
Yes.
happened? Your computer died?
I stopped. No, my recording stopped.
Why?
I don't know. My whole thing just freaked out. I'm not recording right now.
That's okay.
Okay. Should I just hit record and we'll just figure it out later?
No.
No.
Well,
Don't
I mean,
even
whatever.
record it?
You can. I'm going to do it. Now I have a good excuse to do the cheap and dirty remix of the audio.
Yeah, it's
Nobody
recording
knows.
again now.
Nobody noticed the difference anyway.
I'm sure someone noticed.
Shipwreck,
I'm
how was
sure
your
they're-
New Year's?
My New Year's was fine.
Did you do anything or go anywhere?
We went up to the cabin. So went up to the cabin, played board games.
What are the latest cabin upgrades that we need to know about?
We've got a front porch swing.
Nice.
Okay.
We have a bridge. They talk about the bridge.
I don't know what goes on at the bridge.
It goes over the ravine.
Okay, that's cool.
So
Now,
it's an
is
easier
this
way
a
to get
bridge
across
you-
the ravine now.
Is it a bridge you built?
It's a bridge. I said, hey, go build a bridge over there. And the contractors built a bridge.
when
Son,
you say
let me show you how I fix things.
Because a ravine is like to me, a ravine is big. Is it like a big, like?
It's probably the bridge is probably 30 feet in length.
That's a long bridge.
It gets across the ravine.
I see. Is there anything in the ravine? I understand water. You don't have to say that.
Trolls.
But like trolls. Is there fish or anything? Can you fish off the bridge?
No, it's not. There's not there's a steady stream of water, but the fish are across the street in the creek.
Oh, okay. So you can't.
You got to go creeking to get the fish.
Gotcha. It's not like salmon going up the stream and you can put a net out in the ravine and catch some.
No. It's just I don't know. It's a ravine. You can go down there and like twist your ankle and stuff.
Okay.
It's good. It's good times.
Find a dead body, classic ravine stuff.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, that's
Smoke-
Don't invite Keanu Reeves to your ravine.
yeah. Every kid needs to have a good ravine to
Right.
play in.
That's where you smoke your weed down there.
Mhm.
A little ravine under the bridge.
What board games did you play? You said board games. I was curious to know what does
I
the
gotta
Shipwreck-
remember. We played one. Blank Slate was one we played.
Don't know it.
It's like the opposite of Just One. You know that one?
Don't know it.
Basically, in Just One, you're trying not to match anyone with your responses. I think, and Blank Slate is the opposite. You're trying to match one other person. So it's like you see a card and it's like bus, like blank bus. And then you have to like write down on your card what you think other people will say, but not too many other people, just like
So
one
like-
other person.
Like fart bus.
Yes, you would have matched.
You match dash. If
Yeah.
you use fart, you probably can match
For
dash.
every,
every
yeah,
time.
it's like, yeah, you
Piss,
just, right. If you
boner.
just go in and like early on in the game, tell somebody else, hey, we're going to write fart for everything.
right. That's our strategy. No one will ever catch on.
Mhm.
That game sounds fun, but I think I would be more into the ravine.
Yeah. It's,
I mean, ravines are fun.
Sure.
there's a smaller bridge too that goes across a different part of the ravine, but that's only like a 5-foot bridge.
Right.
That sucks. No, we 30 foot or nothing.
Yeah. So
Is it a rope bridge? Can you go full of Kali Ma on that?
no, the rope bridge is in the back.
Okay, you have betrayed Shiva.
Yeah. It's
Mhm.
more of a rope. It's a rope tunnel.
Nice.
Yeah. That's just in the trees though. That's fine. But I don't know. Like that's what we did. I can't remember. We played a bunch of different games. There was one where name that kitty. It's
Is that a real game or your kids
It's a
made that
na-
game up?
no, it's an actual game.
Oh, it sounds like a
just
made
get-
up game.
You just get picture like one person picks out a picture of a cat, and the other people have like, or no, they pick out a picture of a name and what it is, or I guess a name has
Yeah.
words on it. Is that what you call those things when they have words
Yeah.
on a
Yeah,
picture?
yeah.
Mhm.
And you have like your hand of like 3 cat pictures, and you like put it down, and the other person, like, it's like apples to apples, basically.
Gotcha.
They pick which one of those cats is that name.
Cards Against Humanity kind of thing.
Yeah, that type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And there's one other game we played too. What was it? What was the name of that game? Something like Animalia or something. That one's a pretty good tile building game. That one's a fun one.
Cool.
So we have a lot of board games.
I have a lot too, but no one wants to play them with me in my house. So
We played Monopoly Chance last night, and it's like a fast-paced Monopoly game, but it's like 20 minutes to play, and then I told my wife, then it's like 20 minutes of crying.
Right, it's over so fast. Like, I don't know.
Well, it's one of those games too, like where it has a lot of moves where like
You can lose everything.
you can lose it. Like there's a lot of bankrupts, right? Like you're going through a lot of bankrupts, and then you can like screw the other person over by like stealing their buildings. And yeah,
I was not a good board game player when I was that age. I remember like dumping many a board. Like that game, Sorry, Sorry.
oh yeah,
You can get your shit pushed in pretty bad in that game, and then you're just like,
I don't
flip
play
the
it
board.
easy on them either. I'm like,
No, I mean,
Nah,
we
I get it.
can't. It's a lot of these games, you're just rolling the dice. It's not like you move 7 and you knock the guy out. Like, you don't have not a
no, this
choice.
one, there's some strategy to it, and I'm still like, nah, you're not.
You got to
pulling
learn.
that on me.
No mercy.
Right. You got to teach. Otherwise, they don't know how to make this. They don't get the strategy.
Sure.
Right.
It's just-
Like they don't learn to do that back.
of course.
But-
Just like table tennis.
Yeah.
Can't go
So,
easy.
What did you guys do? And then we watched whatever. We watched Dick Clark's rockin' New Year's
He's
Eve. or
dead.
whatever.
I don't think you watched that.
Ryan Seacrest, but they still call it.
They still call it Dick Clark.
You're kidding.
No.
No.
Why? It's such a strong brand. We still need to use.
Yeah, it's Dick Clark Productions.
But he's dead.
I know, but they got to keep his name alive.
He'll be back to host it in AI form next year, probably, or this year.
Yep.
They might as well. I mean, I don't know.
It
Be
can't be
better-
that Ryan Seacrest is doing such a great job.
I'd say it'd be more lively than Ryan Seacrest, that's for sure.
It is like
More
like,
human.
I saw a clip of like how everybody like 20 years ago was like partying and everything at
Yeah.
Times Square, and then like compared to this year, everybody's just kind of like standing around, just like, oh, well, we're here.
They've been there for like 12 hours or longer, just pissing themselves constantly, repeatedly. There's nowhere to go to the bathroom. You just bring diapers.
Did you ever go?
No, never. I would never do that. It's like
I've-
camping, but worse.
I've never gone either.
No real New
agree with
Yorkers
you.
do that. That's
No,
something for like people from Ohio.
I've
One
never done
of
it.
my employees went.
So
Yeah.
I told you. And he pissed
I-
himself so many times. It's like,
I lived a 15-minute walk from Times Square, and I still did
of course,
not
because
go.
you knew like that I got to be away from this spot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's bad.
I think you guys got to go.
And if you're, and people are pissing on you too. Like the people who don't bring diapers, they're just like, well, I'm just gonna piss right here. You can't go anywhere. You're jammed in that area. Once you're there, you're there. So you're pissing on the people standing in front of you. I've heard stories on the Stern Show. They've had people go. Doesn't sound like a great time. I see why
Get
no
those
one's.
glasses though.
What's
you
that?
usually get some glasses and one of those like Cat in the Hat hats from Planet Fitness.
Yeah, but still, all that piss. And if you,
You
get
could
the
pee in
shit,
your Planet Fitness.
Yeah, Peter. That's why they give it to you.
then what do you do with it?
Put it back.
You're
in
just
your head.
holding it. You're just holding it for all. Happy New Year! No, don't drink that. Don't drink that. Oh, it's so bad. It sounds horrible. We went to Palm Springs, Ship, because you recommended it. Palm Springs,
Oh,
California.
Yes, you did.
You went there. I think it was Mrs.
Last
Ships
year.
had like a company training thing there.
She had a continuing education.
That's
out
it.
So
there,
where'd you stay? How much did you spend per night? How much was the flight?
I don't have the
What did
answer.
you spend on food?
I have none of those answers because whenever we go on vacation, Mrs. Chibi takes care of all of the bookings and stuff. I mean, I pay it, but I don't really pay attention because what's the point? It's like
There
you're,
is no
you're
point.
paying it. Like you
Mhm.
stayed there. Like, I slept here for 4 nights. Like I'm paying the bill. We stayed at the Palm Springs Tennis Club. We stayed in the tennis club. There's a tennis club historic tennis club district, and that's where we stayed. It's pretty.
Was it like Bob Hope founded it or something?
Bob Hope like played a lot of tennis there, and all those old Hollywood types used to get drunk and play tennis there. And when you go in there, it's all pictures of like Kirk Douglas and Dinah Shore, and like it's an old hotel. It's not like particularly.
It's cool though.
It's cool. It was cool to stay
Yeah.
there, and it's right behind it are the mountains. So like our balcony was just overlooking, like literally, like if I threw like a glass, like it hit the mountain, and it's all lit up. It's very nice. It's a mountainous desert region that has a lot of gay friendly vibes to it. It was good. We like 4 nights is probably a reasonable amount of time to spend there. We did a lot of nice hiking. It's like there's trails just everywhere. It's like 70 degrees max in this time of year, and I don't know.
Did you go to the street festival or whatever? Were you there for that?
No, what was I don't even know.
I don't know. It's one night a week. They have like a street festival.
No, we did
right near your hotel.
Oh no, we did a house tour. We did some house tours though. Like you get to visit like desert modernism.
Modern, yeah.
It was very interesting just to learn about that style of house, since you get to go into 3 different houses.
It's a pretty relaxing area.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's mostly people having a good time. It's not that very many people live in there. It's and I think they're so happy when it's when it's winter, they can go outside. Everyone's in a great mood because they don't have to hide in their houses all day. Because like I said, it's a desert, but that's a good vacation spot, and they have their own Walk of Fame. And you're just wondering why these people's names are on the Walk of Fame, like Debbie Gibson, Long Island's own. Like, does she have some connection to She must have some connection to Palm Springs, I would imagine. All these people, Morton Downey Jr. Like,
he's dead, so
I know, but he was like pretty controversial. Like, I'm surprised.
He was.
I'm surprised anybody put his name on anything, except his tombstone.
I know one person who lives there. I can ask them. If they know, like what he must have something. It was great. I would recommend that as a vacation, family vacation. Cool.
Sure. And we didn't do anything for New Year's. Did absolutely nothing.
Straight out to Palm Springs for Wombat.
I would love to go on vacation. I have to wait at least a year.
I feel like you could have that be a work trip.
Maybe
it's very gay, but I didn't. It wasn't even that gay. I got to be honest. And
it's just friendly.
Yeah. Whenever I saw like a male couple together, like a mismatched male couple, I just was always like, are they fucking? Or are they just, or do they even know each other? Are they just walking close? 2 people just walking close to each other? Because anything can happen.
Probably what people say when they see you walking with your wife.
Yeah, that's why everybody remembers us. Any restaurant we go to, we like, it's the fucking freakishly tall, bald white guy with an Asian family. No, it's good though. We get a lot of people treat us, they remember us, so they're extra nice to us and give us free things.
That's nice. We did nothing, for the record. I did nothing. Everyone in my house got sick. So Elliot got strep, Sabrina got sick, and then everyone was fine by New Year's, but it was like we're not doing anything. So
right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, now that everybody's up to date with what we've been up to, not much. We can do the show feedback.
Yeah. Zimmy68 has to say, with regards to our favorite games of 2023, only Shipwreck takes this seriously. Fortnite and Apex Legends, it's not a most played game list. Why not put a Microsoft Solitaire on the list? At least Cheapy admits he hates games now. Please come up with some rules or don't bother. The best thing about this comment is this person, proclamates as if he's some sort of super gamer, an uber gamer, if you will. Yet, if he really was into video games, he would know that in 2023, Fortnite relaunched as Fortnite 2.0 with a brand new engine, essentially making it a new game last year. To claim otherwise means that you have a fundamental misunderstanding of what video games are, and you have no right to make such an ignorant, uneducated comment on any social media platform.
Love it.
I don't even play Microsoft Solitaire, so I don't know what he's talking about.
I do.
You do? Okay.
But it did not make the list. It did not make the list, remember?
Well, you take it seriously. By the way,
it's so seriously.
By the way, nobody should take it serioally.
No,
these
why
lists.
would you?
Any of the lists, that not just our lists, any of the lists that the sites put out. I mean, come on. I think everybody's played every game that came out this year and is in a really great position to. I mean, some people are. Some people are. Have nothing else to do. But any normal person, no. So most of the lists.
Why would anyone take our list seriously? What is that?
Yes, don't take any of the lists seriously.
I'm so curious. What does that even mean? We don't take our. What are we doing with our list that we would need to? Is it some sort of investment portfolio that I am unaware of?
I don't think Cheap even made graphics this year. Did you?
No, I went to fucking Palm Springs instead.
Man, this is bad.
I mean, maybe AI can make some graphics for us. Yeah. I'm making other graphics that are not my favorite. I'm not taking this serious. He's right. I'm not taking it seriously.
Next year we'll have plenty of rules
and more seriousness.
Only games that begin with A.
That's true. Yeah, we should go through the whole alphabet. Our favorite games of the year that start with that letter.
Apex Legends.
No, you're not taking it seriously.
Hey, I'm just trying to follow the rules. Yeah, come on, please. Don't take anything. Don't take anybody's list serious. If you see a list and it's somebody's opinion, probably shouldn't take it too seriously. Unless it's a doctor and he's saying these are the top things you should do for your health. That's an important list. But that's more than an opinion. He's basing his opinion on facts and knowledge. This is just things that we happen to play, watch, and enjoy. It's really not a serious thing. Speaking of those things, let's go to Watch This Jerks. Maybe there are some things that we've enjoyed. We watched. Yeah, I gotta agree with that. We watched a couple movies over the break. The first was this horror movie. The whole family watched it. It's called Talk to Me. Are you familiar with that one? Caught my eye right away because it's a brisk 93 minutes, I believe. This is the one that's about the possessed hand, and when you touch the hand, you can communicate with dead people. It's pretty well done. It's not super important or anything, but if you're looking for, it is gory. It's not really family friendly unless your family is older. But it's a well crafted horror movie. I thought, not the best.
A lot of Annie Lennox music in that one.
No, it's Australian.
Talk to me.
Is she Australian?
Like lovers do.
No. And I had a difficult time understanding what people were saying with the Australian accent. It took me 10, 15 minutes for me to start translating. But it was good. If you like horror movies, give it a shot. We also watched Killers of the Flower Moon over the course of 3 days. Because that one is 3 hours and 38 minutes, maybe something like that.
Okay.
Got some girth to it.
That's a lot of movie. Yep. I'm very confused by this movie. First of all, Jason Isbell was great in it.
I agree. He did a great job.
He did such a good job.
Comes off such a creepy, curious vibe to him in that movie.
The reason why his part is especially good is because overall the movie has no protagonists or likable characters for the most part. And the ones that might be have really no lines or really small parts. So for the most part, you're watching mostly unlikable characters. And with Isbell's character, you're not sure if you even like him or not. But you know that someone who Leonardo DiCaprio's character, who's very unlikable, doesn't like him. So that's sort of you want to like him. Anyway, did you think it was weird, Chip, that they made a 3.5 hour movie with no likable characters and you're not even
I mean, it's a difficult story to tell. I mean, because it's based on a book that's based on reality, right?
Right.
Mhm.
So I knew what I was getting into because I have read the book.
Right.
So yeah, but yes, it's not the feel good story of the year.
But if you look at
And-
the social media ad marketing,
Mhm.
it like sort of is selling it as like a love story.
That's exactly what they're selling it as. Yes.
And when you watch the movie, you're like, wait, what's
It's
the opposite of a love story?
It's a pretty dark love story. Like
It's
Yeah.
literally the opposite of a love story, and it's long. And you're watching these characters who are
it is
like
a long movie. It almost feels like it should have been a 3-part miniseries,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Like, but that's how you watched it. So
Yep, I made it. We definitely turned it into that.
Cinema.
But I don't know, like, I feel like it's like, hey, we made a movie about, horrible abuse and more than abuse of Native American, this thing in history that happened to a specific thing in history that happened to Native American people. But let's tell it from the side of the white men who committed the crime, the atrocities. And it's like, I don't know, like maybe like we should have learned more about the Native American people who were what we're trying to, got to feel sympathetic for them. I don't know. It seemed like not a great movie, but Isabel was great. I gotta say, like I wish he was in it more.
Yeah, so do I. I hope
I'm sure he's gonna get some. He's got to get a lot of offers. Although he fixed his teeth right after that.
Yeah. But
Leonardo must have had like thousands of dollars worth of work done on his mouth to make his teeth look like Isabel's. Did you notice? Like it's just like yeah, everyone's teeth are all jacked up.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, if that's what he wants, if he wants, like, he doesn't want to go into full-time acting. I don't think, but like, yes, I think he handled himself very well in that movie.
And his scenes are only with Leonardo DiCaprio, right? Pretty much.
Just
talking to him, like.
So you guys like on a text chain now, the three of you?
No.
Me and Leo.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, Leo.
Yeah, Leo and Jason and Chip.
Yes, and Chip. Yeah.
Like, hey, what's going on? Not much, just hanging out at the ravine. And Leo's like, oh, ravines. There was a ravine in Titanic.
Hey, we all have nice teeth now. Finally. All right, what else are we watching?
I watched the Zack Snyder epic sci-fi joint Rebel Moon on Netflix.
It's supposed to be bad.
It's not great.
Oh.
It's
you need to wait for the director's cut of it.
Oh my god, it's like I can't believe they're doing that, and I
wait. Are they really?
Yeah.
Is there a black and white
I thought you
version
were
of
making
this
it.
too?
You didn't know that's a real thing.
No, because it's so ridiculous. Why would it be a thing?
Because for some reason, Netflix let him release the movie, and I'm the happy idiot that's like, oh, they released it. I'll watch it. I have nothing better to do this evening. And then like the next day, I'm like, and there's gonna be a rated R Zack Snyder director's cut of this as well. I'm like, this is Netflix. He had complete creative control from the beginning. So it's like just like a marketing thing at this point that they're doing two versions, and it's sort of annoying. The movie itself. So for those who don't know, this was originally Zack Snyder's pitch to Lucasfilm on what he wanted to make as a Star Wars movie, and they turned it down. So Netflix said, you can make your Star Wars movie for Netflix. And he said, great. And he just, kind of retooled it. So, instead of it being Luke Skywalker or whatever, it's this lady now.
Did he really retool it too much? Because
no,
all
he
the
did
previews
not.
just look like it wants to be Star Wars.
Oh, it doesn't want to be Star Wars. It is Star Wars. It's Star Wars.
But it's not good.
No, it's, Seven Samurai is the other big influence on this movie. Or if you're like me, the Magnificent Seven. Why
does he have the most boring influences ever?
It's just that's the whole
not the most
movie.
Boring influence, but just like the things that have influenced.
There's a full on
already.
There's a full on cantina scene. Like it doesn't even pretend it's not. Like it's beat for beat the cantina scene from Star Wars. It's so weird when you're watching it. I'm like, and I'm alone in my house, and I'm sitting there, and I said, I swear to God, if some scruffy guy in a long jacket comes up to them and says, I could get you where you need to go, I'm gonna turn this movie off. And then the scruffy guy comes up and goes, I can get you where you need to go. And I'm like, oh fuck this movie. I still watched it.
I
Which
knew
is
you
even
didn't turn it
worse.
off.
No, I didn't turn it off. But I'm like, God damn it.
I'm
That's
at
so
least glad
weird.
you knew when you should have turned it off.
Yeah, the problem.
That's progress right there.
You're almost all grown up.
Oh my God. And it's visually very, it's a great looking movie.
Okay.
It's not offensive to look at. It's not even like it's not offensively bad. Like you're not watching this going, oh, this is just hurts me to watch. It's just so derivative that it's laughable.
Nice. Well, I'll skip that.
I can't wait for the
Thank you for
second
your
one.
service. I'm gonna pass. Like it's not even as good as the bad Star Wars movies. It's got a 20. What was this? 23%. That's low even for Rotten Tomatoes. 23.
Yeah, it should have. It's
Even the audience score sucks.
Ugh.
So.
ugh, yeah.
All right. What else?
Yep.
I'll get off this moon kick that we're on and go to asteroids.
Womp womp.
Well, I watched Asteroid City. It was on Amazon Prime. That's the latest
Wes Anderson.
Yeah.
That is he made another Wes Anderson movie. So if you like Wes Anderson type dialogue and visuals, and the same cast of actors that are in all the other
Yes.
Wes Anderson movies for the most part.
You mean my daughter? If you're my daughter, yes.
It's not his best, I would say. It's got good scenes, and there's still parts that make me chuckle, and I appreciate like certain like scenarios that they have, and they're clever. But as an overall like arcing movie, it doesn't have like a real great plot that's holding it all together. But I don't know. Tom Hanks is in it.
Right.
It's
sure
not
it
like
looks
the
cool.
Elvis movie where you're wondering why Tom Hanks is in it. You're like, oh, I like Tom Hanks in this. It's good.
He has less shit on his face in this movie.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
good. That's good.
And he's
Always a
not
plus.
trying to
weird
talk in a
accent?
weird accent. It's just like he doesn't even talk like in a Wes Anderson accent, like where everybody is just kind of like monotone.
Mhm.
He just talks kind of like normal Tom Hanks would talk. Which he's like the only person in the movie probably not talking like Wes Anderson's telling them to talk.
He's not doing this thing where everyone talks like this. Did you
Correct.
did you hear that they're going to be watching a movie called Asteroid City? Yes, I heard there's going to be a movie called Asteroid City. What is everyone going to be doing in the movie? They're going to be in the movie.
Yes.
There.
Insane.
Right. Oh, so you've seen it.
Yes.
All right. What else?
I got around to watching the Jasper Mall documentary.
Is it one of those abandoned mall things?
It's not abandoned, it's a dying mall.
Okay.
So it's a documentary about a mall in Alabama that was done by the same company. I'm not sure if it's the same director or not that did the New Orleans theme park one that I watched as well.
I remember you talked about that. Yep.
Closed until further notice or something like that. I forget what that one's called. So Jasper Mall, it's like you would recognize the mall. Like we all know this mall, right? Like it's like got one anchor store that's just kind of still like hanging on, and then like all the random like stores that are inside it. You like got a couple. You're like, why is there still like a Bath and Body Works here? Like what's going on? Like
it's a Bath and Body Works next to like 10 empty stores. Or,
yeah.
Okay.
But it like takes place for the most part. It's following the janitor. Like he's like the janitor and security for this mall. And previously he owned his own zoo. So like Tiger King type type zoo. But he's like a really like nice, personable guy. And it's just like going around and like talking to all like the tenants that run the stores and following his day of like him trying to make this like he's taking on like a lot of burden, like way too much burden for like keeping this mall like going. Like he's like calling up people like, hey, like Subway just left. Like, can we get like a restaurant in here? Because we need a restaurant.
He's the janitor?
Yeah, like janitor / security.
And why is it his job to book tenants?
I think just because he's like
You-
got
you-
that character to him, like that he's
Okay,
like,
interesting.
This
That
is
sounds
mine.
interesting.
Like I need. So yeah, it's interesting. Like it. There's some parts in it that they could have like tightened up a little bit, but like overall, it's just like a good like. Oh yeah, like this is every mall in America for the most part right now, and I think it was filmed in 2018, came out in 2020, and then of course I had to look up to see like afterwards, like, hey,
Still
this
there.
thing can't be there, right?
Is it?
It's still there.
Where do you watch this?
Amazon Prime.
Okay. I have that. I'm happy to report.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's a good watch. It's only like 90 minutes too, so not a big investment.
Cool. On the TV side, Mrs. Chibi and I finished the series, started and finished the series, Love Has Won. What's it called? The Cult of Mother God. It's on HBO. That's the new cult show. It's only 3 episodes though. It's nice and short. This one is, I mean, they're all pretty disturbing, but this one's very disturbing, I gotta say. It's about like a woman who thinks she's God, and she starts basically like live streaming, and people just come to her house and start like moving in, and they all just hang out and smoke weed and do mushrooms all day and other stuff, and sell like weird medicines over the internet to make money. And I don't know, I don't want to spoil anything, but it's pretty fucked up. Not like sex wise or anything, but just it's very creepy and fucked up. And if you like these cult documentaries, you're gonna like that one. That's on HBO. Love Has Won.
Is anyone else watching the Percy Jackson show? Ship, looking at you. Are you watching Percy Jackson on Disney
Not
Plus?
yet. It's on our watch list, but haven't started it yet.
It's good. It's good for good fun for the whole family. That show's really good, actually. I highly recommend Percy Jackson on Disney Plus.
Ty read all the books, so maybe he would be interested in that.
Think, yeah.
But
I mean,
busy.
I saw the original movies, so
Sure. We've seen those.
Those are bad, I think.
They're not.
The first one's pretty
Okay.
good. The
The
second
pretty
one's
good.
not great, but it's okay.
So if you watch the first movie, you're going to be aware of what's going on, but it's also different enough where you're like, oh, this is better than that movie we watched. So, and it also obviously fleshes it out a bit more because it's a TV series and not just a movie.
A lot more talking in hallways.
No, yeah, a lot less talking in hallways, actually.
Okay, great.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's just, again, it's Percy Jackson. For those who don't know what Percy Jackson is, he's the son of Poseidon, and someone stole in modern times, and he has to go to Camp Half-Blood to learn what that means, and then he has to go on a quest to stop the gods from going to war.
Did this come out before or after Harry Potter?
This came out after Harry Potter.
I was going to say this. I was trying to remember if this was like it felt kind of I don't know, like it was just riding the coattails.
Derivative.
Yeah, derivative.
It's definitely a little derivative of Harry Potter. There's no getting around that. I mean, it's the same. It's like the trio of friends. It's this,
All right.
It just has that Greek god angle, and they're
Can
not
he control
British.
water, the Poseidon guy, Percy?
I'm not spoiling any of this.
Well, if he's Poseidon's son, obviously he has water powers at some point, right? You don't have to spoil it. Does he, when he's at the camp, because this is how you can tell if it's like a good show or realistic or all, when he's at the summer camp, do they use his powers to like unclog the toilets and stuff? Because I feel like that would really come in handy and be like,
no joke. That does happen.
Yeah, because you'd have to. Because if you've ever been to summer camp, that's, there's duty problems. The toilets aren't great, and these kids, they're active. So
it does have high Rotten Tomato score too. So there's that for you too.
Okay, so we're on the same wavelength. It sounds like.
Yeah. No, it's a good show. It's well made. It's something that my wife and I are watching together, and we don't have that many shows that we both like. So
interesting.
It's nice
to
have
none of
something.
The kids, not the kids.
No, my kids don't like to watch anything we're watching. Okay. Right now, Elliot and I are watching the Lord of the Rings trilogy together because he started reading the books. So he wants to watch the movies, and we watched the first 2 movies. So
nice.
Those hold up, by the way. Those Lord of the Rings movies.
I bet.
They do. They look fantastic.
They're on
There's
in
something
4K, I think, on HBO.
on HBO
Max
Max.
or
They're in
whatever?
they're in 4K. And let me tell you, there's something to be said about filming in real environments and not using green screen technology to make it seem like you're filming on real environments. Where 20 years later, you're like, oh yeah, this is
Dude, forget about the
spectacular.
like the fucking environments, like that Killers of the Flower Moon. You know, people getting shot a lot in that movie, and it's the fucking CG blood. I mean, get the fuck out of here. You're gonna make a 3.5 hour movie and then use CG blood? Like,
Wait, did they?
there's definitely at least one scene where the fucking blood splatter looked so bad, so bad.
I don't know if it was.
I don't know. I'm not saying in everyone, but just
It
one
might have
I
been.
looked at.
I might not have seen that. That might have been when I went to the restaurant.
Yeah. See, that's great about watching at home. All right, so that's Percy Jackson. What else we got here? There's a lot on this list. We're very busy.
I know. We are very busy. We took 2 weeks off, and 1 week was like a holiday week. I watched What If, the animated Marvel season 2.
Season 2. We have not begun that either.
Season 2 is better than season 1. I did not like season 1, and I
like season 1 a lot.
That's funny. I didn't love season 1. Season 2 I thought was really good. I think it did a better job of it being more of a what if scenario.
Can you tell us what they are?
Sense?
So I know which ones I might be interested in, if any.
I mean, I don't know if I could do them all off the top of my head. Like one of them is
the first one's all tied together in season 1. Is that they do that again in season 2?
They sort of do, but not as much. Like the first one is what if Yondu took Peter Quill's ego when he was a kid? So it's what is one of them. One is what if Iron Man didn't make it through the wormhole in New York City? What if he, got stuck in space? What if,
it's just his dead body floating through space for 28 minutes?
No, he gets they make it so basically.
What else? Anything with Wolverine? Anything with Wolverine?
No, there's no Wolverine. There's a couple of there's two Captain Carters.
Nobody wants that.
She's like the main character of the season is Captain Carter.
I don't like that.
Why? You don't like Captain Carter?
I really don't know anything about Captain Carter.
You don't need
What's her powers?
She's Captain America.
Oh, but she's Captain Carter.
Did you watch the first Captain America movie?
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Of course. Everybody watched that.
Okay. You know how
I could do this all day.
Yes. You know how Steve Rogers goes in the machine and he becomes Captain America?
Yeah.
And then Peggy Carter wants to bone him?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What if something happened and Peggy Carter went in the machine instead of Steve Rogers?
Wasn't that season? That was season 1.
That is season 1. And that character still exists in her universe.
Got it. Okay. Got it. I got it.
So
I still don't like it.
I
mean, it's okay. Maybe I could get into it.
But no, I enjoyed it. It's quick. They're 20-minute episodes. It's really well animated. And yeah, I don't know.
What if the Hulk was really tiny?
Yeah, that's not one of them.
Oh. It could work.
It could be good in season 3.
Could be good.
Season 3, they already announced it's coming out soon.
Yeah, so there you go.
Yeah.
Did you guys watch the new Chappelle?
I saw a clip or two, and that was enough for me.
There's no jokes in it.
Yeah,
I watched the whole thing waiting for the funny jokes or any jokes. There's just literally 60 minutes of like no jokes.
Did you watch Ohio?
Did you watch the Pete Holmes special that I told you to watch?
No, I forgot about that.
You should watch that. That's lots of jokes. It's very funny.
I wasn't offended by the Chappelle one, other than that there were no jokes in a comedy special that I watched for an hour. That part offended me a little, but other than that,
I tried to watch the Pete Davidson one that came out yesterday.
Yeah.
I made it like 10 minutes in.
Oh.
And I was like, it's like, he starts off with like, when you're on ketamine. And I'm like, I can't. I don't. This shows.
I mean, I don't either, but.
This just isn't for me. It's not. I mean, maybe it's good for someone might like it, but I was like, yeah, no, this isn't working for me.
I don't know. I went to get a vitamin D IV, like a year ago or so, and the woman told me that they also offer ketamine treatments. So it's pretty mainstream now. He's trying to upsell me on the ketamine. Howard said he liked the Pete Davidson special, or at least the beginning. But speaking of Howard, he was talking about the George Carlin AI generated stand-up comedy thing that just dropped like 2 days ago. And I know that Howard's a huge Carlin fan. So when he said that he watched the first 15 minutes of it and it was actually funny and good, I was very surprised. So I checked it out and it was funny and good. Like a lot of jokes. Like like I've seen plenty of George Carlin specials. The AI voice isn't perfect, but the content was so good that I honestly don't believe it was all AI generated. I feel
it can't be, and they deny it. They're already denying that they wrote anything. They're like, no, it is. It's all AI, and it's a new AI program, and we're under NDA. And I'm like, no.
Okay, I mean, but there's truth. There's like levels to that, right? Like how much is are they prompting it to get these? Because it's a fully formed 1 hour. It's not just an hour of random George Carlin jokes. It's a fully formed comedy special where the bits flow into each other.
The transitions are flawless. That was the thing that I was looking for also. This is AI, but it's funny. It's
just funny.
It's really funny.
I'm going to play you a clip. You want to hear a clip? I have 2 clips lined up.
Sure, you play a clip. I listened to pretty much all of it.
Because Ship doesn't believe it. I think Ship is skeptical. I think this one, the first clip, I forget what the first clip is about, but I don't think they need any setup.
You ever think about how glad the CEO of 7-Eleven must have been that 9/11 didn't happen 2 months earlier? They would have had to change their name, which honestly they should do anyway. 7-Eleven referred to their original hours when the company was founded, 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. But now they're open 24 hours. They should change it to something that makes more sense, like 24/7 or diarrhea hot dogs or diarrhea pizza.
I like diarrhea. That's not the best, like... Here, try this one.
Because Americans love reality TV.
This is more
like
real.
It or not. It's the lifeblood of American culture. It's got the 4 basic food groups of the standard American media diet. Fighting and crying and fucking and dying. The James Webb Telescope is sending back crystal clear images of light from stars that died billions of years ago. Stars that were formed in the crucible of creation. These are snapshots of the birth of the known universe. The moment existence itself was born. And nobody gives a shit. Because a picture of space has no fighting, no crying, no fucking, no dying.
Yeah. It's pretty funny. It's pretty good. And it's
it's funny also when you listen to it outside of like just on the outside, I don't think it sounds like George Carlin.
A little.
I think the cadence.
It goes in and out. It goes in and out. It's in and out. It's in and out. But the content, forget about what it sounds like. The content is good. Like, and those are just short clips, and he goes into like everything that like George Carlin hated: politicians, cops, like billionaires. Like, just it's very. I don't know. You should check it out. It's called I'm Glad I'm Dead. So if you just look that up on YouTube, he even talks about what is he like as an AI, and I don't know. It fucking blew my mind. I actually can't stop thinking about it, to be honest.
No, it's funny because AI comes up a lot in my day to day. So I sent it to my boss. I'm like, you have to listen to this. It's crazy.
Yeah, I sent it to a lot of my friends. He's a big
AI guy. Yeah.
Anything else? What's this Echo? I saw there's a new Marvel thing called Echo, and I figured you could tell me what it is. I wouldn't have to do any research.
Sure, no.
It's a spinoff of Hawkeye.
It's a spinoff of the Hawkeye show. She was on Hawkeye.
Oh.
She also is, I think, a Brian Michael Bendis creation character from New Avengers. She was an Avenger when the Avengers rebooted about 20 years ago. What can she do?
Just tell me what she can do.
In the comics, she kind of has like Taskmaster powers where she could kind of mimic when she sees something for the first time. But they kind of nerfed her for the show. At least as far as I could tell, she doesn't have any actual powers.
Oh.
As much as she's just a really skilled fighter. She's also deaf and she only has one leg.
No, that's not true.
That's true.
That is 100% true.
She has one leg?
She has a
Yeah.
she has
The
a
prosthetic.
Oh, okay.
prosthetic
Okay.
leg.
I was just gonna see, like, she's like,
It's not that famous Amy Poehler character from the early aughts. I got one leg and I like to fart. No, not that.
oh no, I'm
character.
thinking more Monty Python, the night
Oh, yeah.
with one
Right.
hopping around on one leg.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Gonna
Yeah, no.
kick your ass.
I'll kick your ass. No, it's. I mean, I watched the first episode. It does a lot of the things you want to see in the first episode, but I also don't know if I feel the need to kind of to stick with it. To be honest,
She needs
they released
superpowers.
they released all episodes at once. I'm sure I'll give it a shot, but I'm not going to carve out time to watch it. I'm gonna just have to have the time to watch it.
Word. All right.
Mhm.
I don't think there are any new releases that we need to talk about, are there? I don't even think we have a list. I'm gonna guess
I put them on here.
Oh, but
There's
these are
a-
from December.
Yeah, that's the most recent week that was available.
I know, so we don't need to. I mean, this is old shit already. Avatar. Anybody
Yeah, it's
playing
been out
Avatar?
for a while now.
It's a month.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's talk about. I guess we're in Wombat's fortnightly news.
Yeah,
Good news.
Winterfest,
Fortnite.
Winterfest is over. It was kind of a dud as
I
far as
missed it.
Winterfest go. You did miss it. You missed your 2 free skins. It was it came and went. There hasn't been an update in almost a month now. There won't be one
Dead-
for
dead
another
game.
2 weeks.
That game Going-
Four dead games.
going on.
Yeah, 4 dead games. They'll release the update and everything will be all fine again once they do. But it's just they take such a long holiday break. Like they take like 3 weeks.
Out of all
And
the new modes they launched, which are like the most popular?
the Lego mode is the one. That,
What about the
clearly.
after Lego? What's next? Racing.
Probably. I mean, the racing, because you could see what the player counts are at all times.
Yeah, I know. That's why I figured
and it's
you'd
like
know.
and so it's like the racing and the music one. They, if I look, sometimes usually between like 30 and 50,000 people.
About the same for the two of them, more or less.
Yeah.
I saw Ty was playing I walked in, Ty was playing the music one, and he looked at me. He's like, "This is pretty lame."
It is. I don't like the music one at all. You don't feel like you're playing the songs, which I
No.
guess is. You just feel like you're pushing buttons, and you don't even feel like you're really pushing buttons in time. You're pushing the buttons when they hit the bottom of the screen, but you're not. It's not rhythm. It's just pushing the button when it's just you know what I mean? Does that make sense, Ship? You know what I'm talking
The
about?
button
I know what you're
mapping
talking-
isn't
I know what you're
done
talking about. I haven't
great,
checked it out yet. I feel like that's the mode that I need to check out still, but also I'm worried that
You don't want
it's
that.
not gonna.
You're not looking for
I'm
that.
worried that it's something I don't want, and then this whole. I'm just gonna get in there and I'm gonna get upset by the structure of the game and like songs going in and out of.
100%
played
that will
and-
happen, guaranteed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
So,
no, I'm
no
not
mystery.
saying you're wrong.
I'm good.
I mean, it's interesting because these modes have like 50,000 people. Then you look at the standard. Yes, there are 4 different battle royale modes, but it's still all the same basic battle royale game. And that on an average night's going to have like 2 million people playing.
Right.
So it's we're talking. This has 50,000 people, and the things that they had prior to adding all of this.
But Lego has a lot, though. You said
Lego has like 200, 300,000
Okay.
people in it. So that's definitely still popular.
Okay.
But there's also, for people that are farming XP, you can just stand there and get a lot of XP. So you never know who's actually playing the game and who just has
Lots.
who just has it on in the background while they're doing the dishes or whatever it is that they need to do. So, but I've also seen like if
What a
you look on.
game.
Sounds fun.
If you look online, you could see the crap that people have made in this game in Lego Fortnite, and it's pretty spectacular. I'm sort of jealous, I guess, of that in a way, because I don't have that skill. But then again, I'll stick with my regular Fortnite
Job.
Battle Royale and be happy with that. I got my Ninja Turtles, so that made me happy.
Win.
Yeah, I
Huge
like
win.
Ninja Turtles. Just like Ninja Turtles.
Good. What else?
I did purchase a game.
Hmm.
I know. What's that about?
Wow.
I know, it was on sale, and I was sitting on the couch, and I said to my wife, who was sitting next to me, I said, "Do I deserve Resident Evil 4 while it's on sale for $30?" And she said, "Yes, yes, you do."
And you never played that game before, so it's
I've never played it.
good
I
to
know.
dive into that one for the first time.
You know what? I don't care.
So honestly, I don't even know what version this is. So what's special about this version?
This is the one that
This
came
was the
out.
one that was up for Game of the Year.
Honestly, I don't know. I know they made a VR. This is not the VR version.
No, this is
the Game of the Year candidate.
This is less than this is less than a year old.
So they remade Resident Evil 4.
Yes,
but like not just the graphics. It's a whole new game.
Completely rebuilt from the ground up.
Okay.
It's the game itself is.
But the character moves differently. It's more modern.
Everything is different. Yeah.
Is it first person shooter now? Like you can do first.
No. I don't think there's a first person mode, and if there was, I wouldn't do it anyway. But yeah, I like that it's third person. That's part of why I like. That's one of the things I like about it.
How is it?
It's amazing. It's so good.
Ship, are you drinking like whiskey over there? What's going on over there? That was
bourbon,
like a bourbon. That's a brown liquor I saw.
Yeah.
Shit.
It does that a lot.
I don't know. Not a lot.
A lot.
Do we need to call somebody?
Probably. Mm-hmm. Why do you think his cheeks are so rosy?
I noticed. That's why I was. Yeah.
Yeah.
You might be half Asian.
Right.
We were at the Japanese restaurant today, and I were leaving, and I just saw this woman. I just happened to look at her face, and she was just completely red, an Asian woman, completely red. And I just looked at the table, and she was just drinking some sake, but completely flushed. Anyway, what else are we playing? I'm playing Alan Wake.
I bought that.
You did? We're halfway there.
When it was on sale. Yeah. I just I'm going to be starting to play it here soon because the kids are back in school. Yeah. There's some time at night now.
It's very good. It's very good looking as well. Like maybe the best looking game I've played on Xbox.
That's because you haven't played Resident Evil 4 yet.
Is that really good looking?
It is very good looking. I don't think it's as good looking as Alan Wake probably is. But
Alan Wake does make Mrs. Chibi a little nauseous, the motion of it, the third person action. I don't know. So I don't know. She might be bowing out. I may have to go solo on that. But it's very good. And the new season of True Detective is coming out, which is like same vibes, I think. I'm also playing the Apex Legend Final Fantasy event. I just found out about it today when I went to play it.
You are? Did you buy the skin that's $110?
That's a thing. Is that really a thing?
I saw people on the internet complaining about that skins in Fortnite are way too expensive. In Fortnite,
are you sure that's a thing?
That there's something that you have to get in order to get the skin, but to get all the things, it's $130 just to get the skin. I don't know. I saw people complaining about it.
I know. Yeah, they do like this fucking scam. These events where like there's special packs you open for the event, and if you collect all the special event items, then you unlock a skin. But those packs are like $10 each or something, and there's like 40 things to collect or 30 things. It's a whole fucking bullshit thing. Yeah.
So it is a $100 and some odd skin.
Something like that. You may be able to get it with other currency because it's like, it makes me nauseous.
I just want to go on record, Shipwreck. He is never allowed to make a face when I bring up anything.
No, but I don't buy the skins. I'm not buying any of the skins. I will just say I did just get the Loba legendary skin, but I didn't pay money for it. I earned one of the 4 different types of in-game credits that exist in the game. I just used those that I didn't pay for.
That's fine. I'm just giving you shit.
Yes. I don't buy skins for money.
I did. I bought the turtle skins.
The $10 though. Like Fortnite does a good job.
All 4 for $10.
Now all 4 were like 28.
I mean
and you bought all 4?
Yeah.
Why'd you buy all 4?
Because it made me happy.
He's collecting them digitally.
But don't you have a favorite turtle?
I do. I like the Raphael one probably the best.
So you're never going to play as the other 3 turtles?
No, I do. I switch it up. I do.
So
shit, there's a lot of hours available.
I wanted, you know what? I like having all the different weapons. Yeah, I like having.
They just have guns.
No, there's pickaxes. They have the different, like the
yeah.
But
Okay.
I like it, and they all
Good.
look different enough where it's kind of cool. That and it's fun when I'm playing with the Fortnite dads who are all in the chat.
Oh, so now
And-
anybody can be anybody.
And now we could switch up what turtles we all want to be because we all have the turtles. So yeah, sometimes I'm Leonardo, sometimes Donatello. I switch it up. Actually, the Michelangelo one is surprisingly good too. Not surprisingly, they're all good. Who was kidding?
That Apex thing, but in the Final Fantasy event, is $360. By the way, the sword. It's a sword, a Buster sword.
Oh, it's the Buster Sword.
Yeah,
No.
it's
You
worth
need,
it.
you need that.
You got to have that. It's a
For
sword.
$360. See, that's not. I didn't have to deal with that.
But you don't. You know, it's
Yeah, but you don't have Final Fantasy and Fortnite, do you?
yeah,
Not
sucker.
yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. Give it time.
Right. All right. What else?
I've been playing and beat Lego 2K Drive with Dash. That's a pretty fun game.
Nice.
You can play. So the setup is a lot like a Forza Horizon style of setup. So there's lots of different events to go. There's a story mode that you're going that has the typical like Lego humor to it. And what's great also is that it has split screen. So you can play 2-player split screen throughout this whole like open world environment. So you can be working on different little races or tasks. Now if you go into like an actual race, you both get pulled into it, but like you can be working on like the open world type stuff and searching out for collectibles and everything. The crazy thing about this is like we were playing and we got like, it's your typical structure of like, hey, on the story, like do this many races and then you unlock like the championship race for each area, right?
I
And
played it. Yep.
So we got to like where we were, I don't know, I think there's like four islands and then like the championship island or whatever. And we got to like, we were on the fourth island and like the achievement popped up and it was like a rare achievement, you know, the whole sound where it pops up and you're like, oh, that one's different sounding. And it said we were like 0.1%, 0.16% of players have gotten this achievement. That's just like crazy to me. Like you have all these people playing, like that means there's a fairly large amount of people that are playing this game, and none of them had gotten to this point in the story.
It was only a few hours in, you say?
It's not a long game. Yeah. It's not a long game. And then there's another one like to get to like level 30. Like it's the same type of thing. Like you're just constantly getting XP and get up to level 30. And we did that a couple nights of playing. So like this was over Christmas break. So it was like we might have been playing like 3 hours a day or something, like 6 hours in, and we got that. And it was like, what is going on? Like these, like only 45%, I think I looked at the achievements, only 45% of players that have played this game have won a race. Like I do not understand what people are doing.
Maybe it's glitched or something. That could be possible.
It could be, but it's wild.
Yeah.
But it's a solid game. It tries to like, it has a whole season pass thing, like where you get more unlocks if you have the season pass. We did buy it because it was one of his Christmas presents. So we have all those unlocks as we're going, but it doesn't need that stuff. Like it tries to do like the games as a service thing too, like, hey, log in daily and get your like 3 daily challenges and your weekly stuff. But it's like, I don't know, like, does it really need that for this type of game?
Very few games need that. Even the games that need it don't really need it.
But like I think for like the split screen co-op is the big sell on this, because it's a game that's enjoyable to play with your kid or somebody else who wants to play a game with you, that you can kind of go and do your own thing until you do the races.
Cool.
Yep. It's a fun game.
Nice. Let's do the CAG bag. Maybe one of these questions. How about this?
I forgot to say too, like it does the Forza thing too, where it has the liveries and like the items that everybody builds on their own.
Oh, nice. So you get some good stuff.
You could totally get like Kit and the Ghostbusters car and all that stuff is right there. So again, like, and it's all free, like to download that stuff. So it's like, I don't know what
why
they're trying to
get the
do with this
season
economy.
pass? I
Yeah.
thought the same exact thing when I was playing the game. I'm like, I'm surprised people didn't just put the season pass vehicles in the.
Yeah, you can totally build them.
Yeah.
You mean you can build your own,
Yeah.
You can build
car.
any car you want,
right?
and you
Yeah.
can build cars that look like the cars in the season pass, and then you
Right.
can put them on the
Interesting.
internet for everyone else to download.
Hmm.
So no one actually has to do the season pass.
You do unlock different like drivers and parts to be able to build with.
Sure,
Because
sure.
you know
Part
the
of that.
big draw to these Lego games is being able to drive your car as Lego McLegoson.
Well, he is the cornerstone
You do
of the
that-
Lego franchise.
Unlike Fortnite, though, you do see the characters.
Yeah, in the driving mode, yes.
They
I
gotta
know that
put that
still
in.
bothers me about the Fortnite driving mode. You are
Same.
correct. But when you're in a car in Battle Royale, you could see your character in the car. So it's weird that they don't have it because it's clearly they could do it. But whatever.
Whatevers. All right, let's do this CAGbag question, then go to bed.
Okay.
Sound Guy writes in and he asks or says the consumer electronics industry is about $1 trillion and the video game industry is a bit over 200 billion. CES is thriving and E3 is dead. What can be done to bring E3 back? Is there any hope?
Yeah, they just need a viable market for selling physical games in retail stores, right? So I think everyone needs to stop buying digital games, only buy physical, and start demanding that stores stock up on physical games. Oh, and pre-order physical copies of games, and then eventually the market will revert back to how it was in the year 2000, and they'll bring E3 back.
So what you're saying is there's no chance of E3 coming
There
back?
is not a single solitary. E3 served a purpose. The purpose of E3 was for retail stores to go and meet with the game companies so they knew how many games to pre-order and what games to buy for their retail stores and physical games to buy. That was the purpose of E3.
And to get really drunk.
And to get really drunk.
And maybe
the press
prostitutes.
Yeah, and the press was there also as because, it's like, oh, and here are games that are coming out to get consumers interested and excited. But the real purpose was to have retail stores buy the games so everyone can make a whole lot of money. That's why it was a big convention, and that's why companies spent so much money there. Now that there's no physical game industry anymore, and stores like Best Buy are going to just, and Target probably soon too, are just going to stop selling physical games altogether, there's no purpose for an E3. So without there being a purpose for an E3, why would there be an E3?
It would have to be an E3-like event that's definitely not called E3 and probably run by a different company. But it's not going to be the same. It can't be like the same.
Yeah, CES has TVs and stuff. Stores, Best Buy still is going to get TVs. And they need to see what all the TVs are so they know which ones to get for their stores.
I mean, you can obviously make money doing a gaming convention because they exist still. Or gaming expo, rather.
They're gaming they're
E3 just couldn't figure out how to make it exist, but other people seem to be able to do it.
I mean, yeah, I guess it would be about, whatever it is, panels and special guests and yeah. I don't know how Penny Arcade PAX does it either, but
They
maybe
managed to do multiple a year.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they're also, I think, considerably, smaller. They don't have.
Yeah, like
Sure.
Yeah.
It's a much like there's a lot of people at them, right? But the number of companies and vendors and everything is
Smaller.
at a lot
Right.
smaller scale.
Yeah.
It's more about gamers getting together in a place where gamers can get together.
Because they'll have more
than-
events, more like events for the attendees beyond just booths set up.
Yeah,
'cause
where
there's less
E3 was
booths.
about the booths. Yeah, but there's no need for that type of convention anymore.
Aw.
Sorry,
Aw.
physical media is dead.
Aw.
I know.
Well,
I don't like it either, to be honest. But what can you do?
I, for one, welcome our AI digital overlords.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
I'm glad I'm dead.
I've been talking so much about it to Mrs. Cheevy. She's very sick of hearing about the George Carlin AI special.
Mm-hmm.
I can see the eyes rolling back in her head. All right, let's get out of here and tell everybody thanks for listening, and that we'll see them next time.
Bread's done.